On your slate, write as many addition facts that you can think of that have a sum of 7. Remember, the sum is the answer to an addition problem. So that's where your answer would go. And every answer would be 7. I'll give you about 20 seconds to write as many as you possibly can. Okay, you might have started out with just one that popped in your head, or you could have done it in some sort of order. Think about this. 0 plus 7 equals 7, and also its turnaround. 7 plus 0 equals 7. 1 plus 6 equals 7, and its turnaround 6 plus 1 equals 7. 2 plus 5 equals 7, and its turnaround 5 plus 2 equals 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7, and its turnaround 4 plus 3 equals 7. So these are the facts that have a sum of 7. And what you'll notice is that while the facts are different, they're all different, they all have the same exact sum. Just like addition facts have the same answer, I want you to think about this. People can have the same name. This box here is a name collection box, and in the name collection box in the corner is my name, Mrs. Childs. I want you to think about this. Are there other names that people might call me? Well, if you were EJ right now calls me, okay, this is really funny. He calls me Dada. That's because all he can say is Dada. He calls his dad Dada, and he calls his mom Dada too. So sometimes I'm not Mrs. Childs, I'm Dada when EJ calls me. And Mr. Childs usually calls me Carla. My nieces and nephews call me Auntie Carla. So that's even a different name from Carla. Sometimes my friends call me Car. And you all call me Mrs. Childs. Those are a few of the names that people call me, but they all mean the same thing. If I were to hear one of those names, I would usually turn. Yes, even to Dada. Just like addition facts can have equivalent names for the same sum, just like people can have equivalent names for the same person, objects can have equivalent names too. Look at this scale that's here. This is a scale, and on both sides of the scale, if it's even like so, that means that what is on both sides is equivalent. So look at the scale and try to see if you can answer this question. How many yellow weights are equivalent to one blue weight? You'll notice that the yellow weights are smaller and the blue weights are bigger. If you count the weights, it takes 5 yellow weights to equal 1 blue weight. So that means it would take 10 yellow weights to equal 2 blue weights. So the blue weight is equivalent to 5 yellow weights. Just like addition facts, people, and objects, numbers can have equivalent names too. Not only can numbers have equivalent names with addition facts, but they can also have equivalent names for other things. Let's look at this name collection box that I drew, just like the Mrs. Childs name collection box. And if we look a little closer, I picked the number 5. So look here at the number 5 in the name collection box. And what we're going to do is we're going to think of other things that can equal 5 or equivalent to 5. Let's start out with something simple like an addition fact. 1 plus 4 equals 5. We don't have to write equals 5 on the addition fact because we know that 5 is the answer to the name collection box that we're trying to collect here. We could use an addition fact. We could also use a subtraction fact, right? 6 minus 1 is the same thing as 5. We could also use words. The word F-I-V-E spells 5. We could also use money. This is an N with a circle around it that represents a nickel. Nickel is 5 cents, right? We could also use tallies. 5 tallies. I could also draw a domino and on one side put 3 dots and on the other side put 2. That's the same thing as 5. I could also draw a die with 5 dots on it as if it landed on 5. I could also draw 5 ones for base 10 blocks. That's the same thing as 5. So there are lots of different ways for me to make 5 other than just addition problems. This is called a name collection box. You're going to see lots of name collection boxes in your math journal. Pretend that your slate is a name collection box, and I would like for you to draw a box in the top left corner like this. And I want you to practice making name collections for the number 10. When you're finished, check them with somebody who's sitting next to you. And that's the lesson for today.